Coming up next on Plus TV, Plus News. Join our news team for half hour of local and national news. Plus News, informative, balanced, accurate, and current.
When the power goes out, life is disrupted. Be prepared and keep your home powered up with a generator from Benquip. We carry brands such as Honda, Kohler, and JCB. Schedule your installation, maintenance, and assessment to keep your generator ready and waiting to protect your family and home the next time the power fails. Stay in control of your power with a generator from Benquip. Equipment, parts, service.
In the headlines for tonight's newscast, twins targeted in Unitedville Shooting Accident on TV Ramos Highway claims life of one woman. Alexis Rosado's rape trial adjourned. Department of Youth Services hosts Girl in Governance Summer Camp, and Belize City has been declared a tsunami-ready city. These stories and more up next on Plus News. Stay tuned.
This is brought to you through the courtesy of Builders Hardware, your home improvement warehouse.
August 1st, join Builders Hardware at Mia Garden Park for Belmopan Day. Deals, giveaways, and fun. You don't want to miss it. Acompáñanos el 1 de agosto en Mia Garden Park para el día de Belmopan con Builders Hardware. Ofertas, sorpresas y diversión. No te lo puedes perder.
Welcome to Plus News for today, Monday, July 27th. I am LJ Wade. Police are investigating the murder of 25-year-old Belize City resident Denvoy Bartley. According to reports, Denvoy Bartley, his twin, Delroy Bartley, and another male person were socializing in front of a home in Unitedville when they came under fire. Police say that while the trio was talking, a lone gunman exited from the nearby bushes and opened fire, fatally wounding Denvoy and injuring Delroy. Staff officer ASP Stacy Smith says that the drug trade seems to be the motive for the shooting.
The investigation commenced at approximately 8:34 p.m. on Saturday, 25th July 2026 in Unitedville Village. The investigators reported that they responded to reports of shots being fired, and what they have learned in the course of the investigation is that both Denvoy and Delroy Bartley were along with another male person in front of a residence in Unitedville Village when a male person emerged from nearby bushes and fired a number of shots, resulted in the fatal injury of Denvoy Bartley and the injury of Delroy Bartley. So far, what the investigation is suggesting is that it is as a result of the ongoing dispute for drug trade within that village.
Police have since arrested and charged 20-year-old Kevin Anthony Alford for the crimes of murder, attempted murder, and use of deadly means of harm. This is the third murder to take place in Unitedville over the past 3 months, and police say that they are increasing their surveillance in the area. A 39-year-old woman from Bella Vista Village was killed in a traffic collision over the weekend along the Thomas Vincent Ramos Highway. The victim has been identified as Tatiana Alvarado, a delivery worker of Bay Vista Village. According to police, the fatal crash occurred at approximately 2:35 p.m. between miles 44 and 45 on the highway near Bay Vista Village. Investigators say 26-year-old Dante Norales, a delivery worker of Belmopan, was driving a Ford Escape from the Independence cutoff toward Punta Gorda town when he attempted to overtake Alvarado's motorcycle, which was traveling in the same direction. Police say the motorcycle allegedly swerved left during the maneuver, resulting in a collision with the SUV. Alvarado sustained severe head and body injuries and was pronounced dead at the scene.
Police have issued a notice of intended prosecution as a part of the ongoing investigation into a traffic accident that claimed the life of 39-year-old Tatiana Alvarado of Bay Vista Village. The incident occurred at approximately 4:35 p.m. on Saturday, 25th July 2026, near the Independence cutoff. Investigators have established thus far that Alvarado was riding a motorcycle in the direction of Punta Gorda, and traveling immediately behind her was a Ford Escape. It is alleged that the driver of the Ford Escape, in the process of attempting to overtake the motorcycle being operated by Alvarado, when Miss Alvarado is alleged to have taken a sudden left turn, resulting in the collision, and that collision resulted in her fatal demise.
Police are investigating a fatal road traffic accident that took place near the Belize-Mexico border over the weekend. On Sunday, 31-year-old Mexican national Nidia Galdames Hernandez was traveling in the direction of Mexico when she collided into oncoming traffic. Police say that multiple NIPs have been served.
Police have issued notices of intended prosecution as a part of the ongoing investigation. Police have issued notices of intended prosecution as a part of the ongoing investigation into the death of 31-year-old Mexican national Nidia Galdames Hernandez, which occurred at approximately 9:40 p.m. on Sunday, 26 July 2026, near the Belize-Mexico border. The investigation has so far disclosed that Hernandez was operating a motorcycle and she was heading towards the Mexican border, and traveling behind her was a green Chevrolet motor vehicle. It is alleged that Hernandez swerved into the opposite lane of traffic and collided into a Dodge Altitude that was coming in the opposite direction, resulting in a collision and her being fatally injured. Urine samples have been extracted from drivers of both of the vehicle as a part of the ongoing investigation.
On Thursday, July 23rd, members of the police department's GI3 unit got into a shootout while conducting mobile patrol in the St. Martin de Porres area of Belize City. The officer's attention was drawn to a suspicious vehicle that sped off when the officers tried to intercept it.
The officers of the GI3 stated that they sought to intercept a vehicle of interest, and that vehicle refused to stop, and a pursuit ensued. The vehicle eventually collided into a lamppost, and 3 persons exited the vehicle, and when one of those persons who was in the front passenger seat was exiting, he fired upon the police officers, who returned fire. All 3 persons were able to evade capture. However, the vehicle of interest has been impounded, and great strides have been made as it relates to the investigation of this matter.
The rape trial of former Ambassador Alexis Rosado was set to kick off today in the capital city of Belmopan, but for the 3rd time, the case has been adjourned. Rosado was set to show up to court at 9 o'clock today, but according to his attorneys, Richard Dickey Bradley and Leroy Banner, Rosado was feeling under the weather and provided a doctor paper explaining his absence. In 2022, Rosado was slapped with a slew of charges, which include 1 count of rape, 1 count of sexual assault, and 6 counts of aggravated assault. The alleged victim first reported the matter to the authorities in December of 2021. She claimed that Rosado entered a sexual relationship with her when she was 13 years old and continued to engage in sexual acts with her until 2021. The victim claims that over a period of time, which started when she was a minor, Ambassador Rosado assaulted her multiple times and raped her twice. Rosado's trial is now set to begin on the 5th of October. We'll take our first break and be back with more news. Stay tuned.
August 1st, join Builders Harder at Mia Garden Park for Belmont Day. Deals, giveaways, and fun. You don't want to miss it. Acompáñanos el 1 de agosto en Mia Garden Park para el día de Belmont con Builders Hardware. Ofertas, sorpresas y diversión. No te lo puedes perder.
Let's all be safe during the rainy season. Belize Electricity Limited reminds you that heavy rains can cause flooding in your neighborhood and on roads. Avoid driving or walking in flooded areas, which can have hidden dangers such as debris and fallen power lines. Belize Electricity Limited cares about your safety. Please stay safe.
In the heart of Belmopan, there's a pharmacy that cares for more than just prescriptions. Medicare Plus Pharmacy, genuine patient and community-centered care, isn't just a promise, it's what we deliver every day. From medicines and wellness products to everyday essentials for you, your home, and even your pets. We're here for your entire family. Moms and expecting mothers are welcome to nurse in our private counseling room because your comfort matters. We offer diabetes checks, blood pressure checks, and medical counseling to help keep you informed and in control of your health. We support our community through blood drives, nutrition and wellness programs, and partnerships that make healthcare more accessible for everyone. And when medical information feels overwhelming, our trained staff takes the time to explain, guide, and support you so you can confidently manage your health and improve your quality of life. Medicare Plus Pharmacy Belmopan, genuine patient and community-centered care, always.
Need a fresh new kitchen, flip that switch ignition. GE appliances shine. Every knob, every line, all aligning. Turn the shower on. Feel gold, colder in the chrome. So bold from the sides to the tiny screws. We've got the wow you'll choose. All in one place. Design Depot. Everything you need for the life you want. Let's go. From the floor to the paint to the patio glow. Build it up, light it up. Watch your dream home grow. All in one place. All in one place. All in one place. All in one place. All in one place.
Design Depot, all in one place.
We are modernizing assessment through the National Student Assessment System, strengthening teacher professional development in digital pedagogy and STEAM education, and also advancing reforms in technical and vocational education and training so that more young people develop the practical skills required for emerging industries.
I was amazed how these girls were working together because many of them didn't know each other at no point. And through this 2 weeks program, they managed to create these strong bonds, and they came up with problems that they were identifying out in the community, right? Problems with the environment, problems with climate change. It was such a wonderful experience, with seeing how these girls can take such simple tasks to great heights.
On the first day, I fell in love with the robots and stuff we were making, like wind turbines, and that really caught my attention. So I think when I go into third form, I would go in the science instead of the business, because I really wanted to take business, but now I think of it, I really want to go into science now because it's so fun.
We wanted to spark that interest and motivation in girls so that they're able to go into STEAM careers, and they're able to then jump into various aspects of or what we call skill pathways. So the goal beyond this festival is for us to then build a nice network, a support network, a commitment network, so that the stakeholders who were willing to be with us can continue that journey with the girls.
Have the public officers who assisted in making multiple sub-$10,000 payments within the Ministry of National Defense and Border Security been placed on administrative leave? That's the question that was posed to the Minister of Public Service earlier today. Following the leaked screenshots from the Smart Stream, both ministers, Oscar Mira and Florencio Marin Jr., were placed on a 3-month administrative leave so as to allow for the Auditor General to conduct a proper audit. But what about the public officers who signed off on the payments and allowed it to pass through the system? Well, according to Minister Henry Charles, that decision is left up to the Auditor General.
So you would have to look at what exactly is the engagement of the Auditor General or the lead auditor. I don't know if it's the Auditor General carrying out who is the lead auditor in this particular case, but whenever an audit is done, a forensic audit is done, especially, there is an engagement letter, and that engagement letter sets out what they're looking at, what areas, what timeline, who they want to interview, what files they would want. So I haven't seen that engagement letter. I assume that it was sent to the Ministry of Defense, but that engagement letter would specify who the auditor wants to interview or what steps the auditor believes needs to take so that they can have an independent, open, no interference in terms of the work they need to do.
And do you know if the timeline for that audit, given that the Prime Minister says it should go back a decade, that it's going to last only 3 months?
That's a very good question, and maybe the Auditor General or the lead auditor would be able to answer that. I'm hoping that it can happen fast. I think that it's important that this information is brought out in terms of a report as soon as possible, but I don't know how long it will take.
Because the question to follow would be, if it lasts longer, then Mira and Marin would have to remain on suspension.
It's a good question, which means that my holding over that portfolio would last even longer.
We also asked the Minister of Public Service for an update on the Belize Tax Administration's transition to the Semi-Autonomous Revenue Authority, SARA. Last year, the government announced the plans for change, stating that the modernization reform aims to provide human resource and budget autonomy, improve compliance and service delivery, curb tax evasion through electronic invoicing, and streamline overall revenue collection. Minister Henry Charles says that they are currently in the process of working on the legislation.
Some meetings have been held since the last report was made. There's work on the legislation. I'm not sure when that legislation will be tabled, when it will be looked at, but that is the first step. We have to look at the legislation, and then of course we have to look at the transition for those public officers, whether they will stay in the tax service or the new entity, or they will go into the wider public service.
PUP Councillor candidate for Corozal Town, Thomas Zetina, has withdrawn his application for the party's upcoming municipal convention, citing the need to focus on an ongoing legal matter. Zetina's withdrawal follows a police report filed by his common-law wife, who alleged that Zetina threatened her and her cousin while they were driving from Cheddar Mall. According to the report, Zetina, while reportedly under the influence of alcohol, threatened to kill his common-law wife and her cousin. Following the incident, Zetina took to Facebook, announcing his decision to step down from contesting the convention. Today, the chairman of the People's United Party, Honorable Henry Charles Usher, was asked to comment on the matter and was questioned whether the PUP would have asked Zetina to step down if he still decided to run.
Well, he withdrew his application. He sent in the letter to the Secretariat, and we're proceeding with a contested convention on August the 9th. Two slates. One of the slate has one less person on the team in terms of 6, and so we proceed from there.
But if the report didn't become as public as it did, would the PUP have asked him to step down?
Well, it's kind of a moot point because he withdrew. Next question.
In the 9 municipalities across the country, there will be a PUP convention in 5 of them ahead of the March 2027 municipal elections. The Department of Youth Services, in collaboration with the United Nations Development Program and the United Nations Children's Fund, has officially kicked off day 1 of its Girls in Governance Summer Camp. The week-long initiative is designed to empower young girls ages 14 to 19 by equipping them with leadership skills, building their confidence, and encouraging active participation in governance and decision-making. Today we visited the Kindred Spirits campgrounds, where we met with the director of DYS along with this year's camp director. They shared more about the importance of the initiative and outlined what the young woman can look forward to over the duration of the camp.
So today you're seeing the first day of our Women in Governance Camp, or Girls in Governance Camp. This is a partnership between the Department of Youth and UNDP. And first of all, I would like to thank them for being the main sponsors of our camp for Women in Governance. It's about women in leadership roles, or women who want to assume leadership roles. So basically, governance in partnership with our sponsor, UNDP. So they will be here for 6 days. And we have our camp director, Ms. Sabrina Enright, who will be giving you more on what the camp really entails. But from the Department of Youth perspective, we're here to ensure that our voices of women and our young leaders are heard.
So this camp is designed to engage 50 young women to enhance their leadership skills and to also enhance their understanding of civic engagement and just basically how the government works. And throughout this week-long camp, we'll be engaging in several activities and sessions that deal with digital literacy, how the government works, and who holds the power, and everything like that. And it's not only about just sessions and stuff like that. We also be participating in more fun activities like sports. We also planned a fun treasure hunt, so the girls not only, just to kind of have a balance of not only work but also play as well. The camp also provides the girls in attendance an opportunity to interact and network, and like I said, to just strengthen their leadership skills, because I believe our young women, or our young people on a whole, are the future leaders of Belize. So it is important for them to get a proper understanding of how the government works and properly equip them with the tools necessary to prepare them as our future leaders. So this year's turnout, well, we have a slightly larger turnout, and I'm just expecting greater participation, and I also expect that when the girls leave this camp that they participate in more leadership roles. We have several other camps planned, not only for our girls, but yes, other projects planned for our youths on a whole. So we'll be traveling across the country to offer similar programs or camps like these.
We'll take our last break and be back with more news. Stay tuned.
August 1st, join Builders Hardware at Mia Garden Park for Vamos Pan Day. Deals, giveaways, and fun. You don't want to miss it. Acompáñanos el 1 de agosto en Mia Garden Park para el día de Vamos Pan con Builders Hardware. Ofertas, sorpresas y diversión. No te lo puedes perder.
Every connection we make is more than just a signal. It's a student unlocking a future through digital education. A young mind daring to dream bigger. Our culture shared with the world in real time. And everyday heroes answering the call of civic duty. When we connect with Digi, we empower Belize.
The National Celebrations Commission, in collaboration with the Belize City Council and the National Institute of Culture and History, proudly invites you to celebrate Emancipation Day at the annual Ibo Town Festival on Saturday, August 1st, 2026. Following the official Emancipation Day ceremony, join us at the Isaiah Mortar Square on Albert Street West from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. for a full day of culture, entertainment, and family fun. Experience an exciting lineup of live performances, cultural displays, local handicrafts, an educational emancipation tour, delicious food and drinks, and a free kids zone featuring face painting, cotton candy, snow cones, a bouncy house, and a trampoline. Think you've got the best powder bun or rice and beans? Enter our powder bun and rice and beans competition for a chance to win amazing cash prizes. Mark your calendars and bring the entire family to the Isaiah Mortar Square on Saturday, August 1st from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Come celebrate our history, our freedom, our culture, and our community at the Ibo Town Festival. See you there!
When the job demands more, Milwaukee Power Tools are designed to handle the toughest jobs on the construction site. If it's speed, durability, and performance you need, Milwaukee is the perfect choice. For unstoppable power at an unbeatable price, make it Milwaukee. Nothing but heavy duty. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Every connection we make is more than just a signal. It's a student unlocking a future through digital education. A young mind daring to dream bigger. Our culture shared with the world in real time. And everyday heroes answering the call of civic duty. When we connect with Digi, we empower Belize.
The National Celebrations Commission, in collaboration with the Belize City Council and the National Institute of Culture and History, proudly invites you to celebrate Emancipation Day at the annual Ibo Town Festival on Saturday, August 1st, 2026. Following the official Emancipation Day ceremony, join us at the Isaiah Mortar Square on Albert Street West from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. for a full day of culture, entertainment, and family fun. Experience an exciting lineup of live performances, cultural displays, local handicrafts, an educational emancipation tour, delicious food and drinks, and a free kids zone featuring face painting, cotton candy, snow cones, a bouncy house, and a trampoline. Think you've got the best powder bun or rice and beans? Enter our powder bun and rice and beans competition for a chance to win amazing cash prizes. Mark your calendars and bring the entire family to the Isaiah Mortar Square on Saturday, August 1st from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Come celebrate our history, our freedom, our culture, and our community at the Igbo Town Festival. See you there.
August 1st, join Builders Hardware at Mia Garden Park for Belmopan Day. Deals, giveaways, and fun. You don't want to miss it. Acompáñanos el 1 de agosto en Mia Garden Park para el día de Belmopan con Builders Hardware. Ofertas, sorpresas y diversión. No te lo puedes perder.
Every connection we make is more than just a signal. It's a student unlocking a future through digital education. A young mind daring to dream bigger. Our culture shared with the world in real time. And everyday heroes answering the call of civic duty. When we connect with Digi, we empower Belize.
When the job demands more, Milwaukee Power Tools are designed to handle the toughest jobs on the construction site. If it's speed, durability, and performance you need, Milwaukee is the perfect choice. For unstoppable power at an unbeatable price, make it Milwaukee. Nothing but heavy duty. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
The National Celebrations Commission, in collaboration with the Belize City Council and the National Institute of Culture and History, proudly invites you to celebrate Emancipation Day at the annual Igbo Town Festival on Saturday, August 1st, 2026. Following the official Emancipation Day ceremony, join us at the Isaiah Mortar Square on Albert Street West from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. for a full day of culture, entertainment, and family fun. Experience an exciting lineup of live performances, cultural displays, local handicrafts, an educational emancipation tour, delicious food and drinks, and a free kids zone featuring face painting, cotton candy, snow cones, a bouncy house, and a trampoline. Think you've got the best powder bun or rice and beans? Enter our powder bun and rice and beans competition for a chance to win amazing cash prizes. Mark your calendars and bring the entire family to the Isaiah Mortar Square on Saturday, August 1st from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Come celebrate our history, our freedom, our culture, and our community at the Igbo Town Festival. See you there.
We are modernizing assessment through the National Student Assessment System, strengthening teacher professional development in digital pedagogy and STEAM education, and also advancing reforms in technical and vocational education and training so that more young people develop the practical skills required for emerging industries.
I was amazed how these girls were working together because many of them didn't know each other at no point. And through this 2 weeks program, they managed to create these strong bonds. And they came up with problems that they were identifying out in the community, right? Problems with the environment, problems with climate change. It was such a wonderful experience, with seeing how these girls can take such simple tasks to great heights.
On the first day, I fell in love with the robots and stuff we were making, like wind turbines, and that really caught my attention. So I think when I go into third form, I would go in the science instead of the business because I really wanted to take business. But now I think of it, I really want to go into science now because it's so fun.
We wanted to spark that interest and motivation in girls so that they're able to go into STEAM careers and they're able to then jump into various aspects of or what we call skill pathways. So the goal beyond this festival is for us to then build a nice network, a support network, a commitment network, so that the stakeholders who were willing to be with us can continue that journey with the girls.
The National Celebrations Commission, in collaboration with the Belize City Council and the National Institute of Culture and History, proudly invites you to celebrate Emancipation Day at the annual Ibo Town Festival on Saturday, August 1st, 2026. Following the official Emancipation Day ceremony, join us at the Isaiah Mortar Square on Albert Street West from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. for a full day of culture, entertainment, and family fun. Experience an exciting lineup of live performances, cultural displays, local handicrafts, an educational emancipation tour, delicious food and drinks, and a free kids zone featuring face painting, cotton candy, snow cones, a bouncy house, and a trampoline. Think you've got the best powder bun or rice and beans? Enter our powder bun and rice and beans competition for a chance to win amazing cash prizes.
Belize City has officially been recognized as a tsunami-ready community, becoming the 23rd community in the Caribbean to receive the designation under the UNESCO Intergovernmental Oceanographic Commission Tsunami Ready Program. The recognition was presented today following the city's successful completion of 12 internationally recognized indicators designed to strengthen tsunami preparedness, public awareness, and emergency response. The certification process included assessing tsunami risks, identifying vulnerable populations, developing evacuation maps, installing evacuation signage, and educating the public on emergency procedures. Krista von Hildebrandt Andrade, manager of the International Tsunami Information Center's Caribbean office, spoke about the steps Belize had to take to receive the certification.
So Belize, in order to receive the recognition of UNESCO IOC as a tsunami-ready community, it had to know its threat, it had to map the hazard, had to know how many people lived or could be affected by the tsunami in Belize City, and then also what were the resources, which resources would it have on hand to respond to a situation like a tsunami. Also then in the area of preparedness, Belize City prepared a tsunami evacuation map, which would indicate the areas that had to be evacuated, the safer areas, and how to get from the hazard zone to those safer areas and areas where people could assemble. Also then they had installed signage to inform the public on the evacuation routes and these assembly points. They developed education and outreach material, and this material was shared through public and outreach events and a tsunami exercise to test the procedures for responding to a tsunami. In the area of response, they would have prepared a tsunami response plan, in which they would have outlined the procedures that would be taken in case a tsunami advisory, a tsunami warning was issued, in case people felt a very large earthquake, what type of information or guidance would be given to the community, where they would gather to handle this type of emergency, so their EOC and Emergency Operations Center, and very importantly, that they would have Belize City 3 ways to receive the official tsunami alert from NEMO and the Belize Meteorological Service, and then how to disseminate it out to the public.
The Minister of Disaster Risk Management, the Honorable Henry Charles Usher, was also present at this morning's ceremony. He emphasized that the recognition marks the beginning of an ongoing commitment to public education and readiness.
Today is a culmination of 8 years. It started in 2018 and culminated this year in 2026. The designation of Belize City as a community that is tsunami ready. The 23rd such designation in this region. So it's an important day for Belize City, and as I said, it took many years for us to get here. But this is really just the beginning of the process, because this is all about continuing to be ready, continuing to be prepared, continuing that community engagement, preparedness, education, awareness when it comes to tsunami. So it's the beginning of a process. The residents have to know where the evacuation routes are, the signage, etc. So it's important that Belize City is designated, but that we continue this process throughout the country. We can't take these things lightly. It's very serious. And the last warning we got for a tsunami was in 2025. Luckily, we did not see any. I remember the one vividly in 2018 when we also got a tsunami warning. It's something that happens more frequently in the Pacific, but it's not. It can never happen here in the Caribbean. It does happen at times. So I think it's important that we stay ready. We have a lot of experience and awareness when it comes to hurricanes, but we don't have as many instances of being aware of earthquakes or tsunamis. So it's something that's good that we get this type of education.
And while the country has yet to encounter a tsunami, earlier this month, parts of the country did experience flooding, especially the Cayo, Belize, and Stan Creek districts. The Honorable Henry Charles Usher says that NEMO has completed its damage assessment and estimates that the flooding caused approximately $200,000 in damages.
I think that the request that was submitted to the Ministry of Finance was around $200,000. That was the damage assessment, and it needs assessments that were done for the Cayo and Belize districts, and I think part of Stan Creek. Those three areas were looked at, and that was the damage that was estimated.
What follows now in terms of trying to prevent a repeat? And then I think a lot of people are saying you all need to use that to discuss urban planning and whatnot.
Excellent point, and it's a discussion that has been going on for some time in terms of the clearing. A lot of clearing has been happening in the Cayo district, Stan Creek district, even on the hills. We see a lot of clearing, and this is causing more flooding, we believe. But also, it's just a natural phenomenon when it comes to climate change. You're seeing a lot of really weather phenomena that don't normally happen. 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts happened almost within the blink of an eye last week in Belize City and in San Pedro in Rosado. Nobody really predicted it. The National Met Service was saying that yes, there was going to be a system passing through, but the severity of it was even more than even they predicted. So that's why it's important that the government continues to invest in early warning, continues to invest in the different institutions that provide information, provide that warning to the public.
And that's the news. Thank you for joining us. We invite you to tune in again tomorrow at midday for a special airing of our Spanish newscast. With that said, have a good night and God bless.